Hello, where's my lighting? Lighting, please. That's so much better. Okay. Okay, I guess we're doing this. Hey guys, my name is Emma Miller and I am here with another YouTube video after quite some time, and I'm very excited about this YouTube video. Obviously you know what it is and what it's about by the title of the YouTube video, but if you are confused and haven't seen the TikToks about it, then keep watching and we're gonna get into the whole premise of what's going on and what the hell this is about. So let's go ahead and first address the elephant in the room, and that is, Emma, why haven't you posted on YouTube in like 4 years? Actually, probably nobody cares, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. The last thing I video posted was like 2 years ago, like last year, 2 years ago, I don't know. I don't even know. YouTube is very time consuming and I just wasn't sure if you guys even wanted YouTube videos, and I was writing books, so I wasn't on YouTube, but that is changing. If you are watching this and you're like, you were writing books? What are you talking about? I wrote books. I wrote this book called The List of Things. It is the first book in an interconnected standalone series about Bellamy and Cameron. He's a football player. She wants to go into sports medicine. Black cat, golden retriever, super fun. And then the second book is The Pros and Cons of Us. It is about these two's best friends who are also falling in love. So I have both of these, and I have spent the last year, 2 years writing and figuring my life out, whether I wanted to publish, self-publish, do all that stuff, and that's what I've been doing. Fan fiction really drove me to my passion and what I want to do with my life. So here we are. If you didn't know that, that's this. I will link them down below if you guys want to buy, purchase, read, whatever you may want to do. You don't have to, but if you want to, they're down below. Now getting into the points of this video. If you didn't know, if this is your first time hearing it, surprise, I am reforming, rewriting, and redoing my fanfiction, Cherry, into a published book. I don't want to forget this story. I don't want to leave it where it is, and for a long time, I know people that have been here for a long time are like gonna call me out and they're gonna be like, you said you weren't gonna do it, you said you weren't gonna publish it. I did say that so many times, like so many times. The reason being that I didn't think that I could. It's that I didn't believe in myself. I didn't know how, I didn't know what. It was a very big task at hand, and since I started writing these books, I have been thinking about it quite a lot. Still getting comments about publishing it. Emma, publish this, Emma, publish this, Emma, publish it, whatever. And I sat down myself and really thought about it and decided, you know what? This story means too much to me to leave it on Wattpad as just Wattpad stories. So I'm publishing it. And the coolest part about it is that I'm going to bring you guys along with me the entire time. I want this to feel like it did when I wrote it for Wattpad. Now you guys are probably thinking, Emma, what do you mean you want it to feel like you did when you did Wattpad? If it's a published book, like how is it gonna feel like that? Well, I'm going to be making weekly/bi-weekly, there's not really a schedule to it, but weekly/bi-weekly writing vlogs where I'm going to take your comments, your everything basically that you have and your ideas and your thoughts, and potentially integrate it into my story. When I was writing on Wattpad, a lot of my great ideas and just motivation and everything came from you guys when you guys were commenting and getting so excited about the chapters and everything, and I want to have you there for that as well, because Wattpad success doesn't happen all the time, and when it does, it's crazy and hard to hold on to, but I've held on to you guys, and I'm so excited that I've got you guys here with me on this process, because you guys have stayed and waited and wanted to be here for me to write this book, and here I am. So I want you guys to be a part of it. I want your comments, I want your everything really. I post a lot on Instagram. If you guys don't follow my Instagram, I post a lot on my Instagram, asking questions on my Instagram story, as well as TikTok. I post a lot on there about this. So yeah, we're in this together basically. So when is this happening? As of right now, I am turning my 3rd book in this series, which is the final book in the series, over to my editor. So I will still be working on this book, which I haven't announced it yet, but I'm gonna tell you guys on here because I'm announcing it soon. This book will be my 3rd book and last installment of the Checklist Romance series. Will come out in January of 2025. So this whole year I'm gonna be working on both of these books, and that's kind of the timeline. It'll probably come out next year. I don't know what time, and the reason being is the fact that I'm working not by myself for this. I am not doing all of this alone, which will bring me to another question that you guys asked me. So my husband is helping me with this entire process, which I'll get into, but our schedules have to align for this, and I don't know anything about music besides that I love it. So we will see date wise, but I will obviously keep you guys super in the loop and super in the know. So, and again, if I don't answer a question that you guys that you asked, either I purposely didn't because I didn't want to tell you, or I skipped over it or whatever. So you guys can comment down below and I'll reply to some comments and stuff if there's anything. So somebody asked, will there be a playlist that includes the same songs minus Harry's songs? So that's what I was talking about in the last, like just a second ago. Basically, the reason, just some legal stuff as to why I didn't think or want to do Cherry in a physical form was because, if you guys don't know, putting song lyrics in a book, like a published book that I would make money off of, costs tens of thousands of dollars. Like so much money, just like one lyric. So to do what I did in Cherry in a physical book, it'd probably be like $1 million. Like my cat just tried to get up here. I am so serious when I tell you that it would literally be, I don't have the money for it. There's no way that I could ever in my life, there he is. I could ever in my life do that. So I can't do that, and I know that a lot of people are worried about the dynamic of what it's going to be without Harry's music in the fan fiction, and I'm here to tell you that I think all of us can agree on the fact that there's so much more to Darlene Summers and this story and her story than Harry's music, and I feel like that was one of the main points in the book, was that it's not about him, it's about her. And I think that it'll change some things, very much so, yes, but I don't think it's gonna change that much, even if you're scared. But one thing I will say is that I am, like I said, collaborating with my husband to create an original soundtrack for this book. So we are writing music based off of their story together. That has to do with them, that has to do with the plot line, that has to do with everything. We're doing that together. And that is what I meant when I said I don't know collaboratively what timeline looks like. We are starting that this year, obviously, and I don't know how long it takes to normally make an album or a soundtrack of any type, but there's that. As for the other aspect of the playlist, because obviously there was other songs that were not Harry Styles songs in the fanfiction, I want to include a playlist as well as a soundtrack, because there are certain chapters that will need a song, just like the fanfiction, that aren't necessarily, they're not necessarily like, she didn't write it, but it's in the fanfiction. It gives the same vibe. It's a perfect song that fits the storyline. And so I want to know what songs, this is specifically for you guys, I want to know what songs you guys think remind you the most of Cherry besides Cherry itself by Harry Styles. I want to know which ones remind you of the fanfiction in general, to potentially include, because there's certain songs like The Queen of Silver Linings by Amy Allen. That one hardcore reminds me of Cherry. Blue by Morgan. There's a lot, Particles by Nothing But Thieves. There's a lot of songs that really remind me of Darlene Summers and Cherry and the story in general. but I want to know what songs remind you guys of it that I can add to the playlist. I've got some new songs, some old songs, songs that were in the original fanfiction, some songs that came out since then, some songs that I didn't know existed back then that I've added to this certain playlist. And yeah, so that's where we're at with that. One other big housekeeping question we're gonna get out of the way now, and that is, are you taking the book off of Wattpad? That is up in the air, but before you freak out, I know how much the original fanfiction means to all of you, not only all of you, but me as well, and I would never make it not accessible for you. That will be something that will be very, very important to me ongoing in the future with this story. So with this book, I don't know what I'm doing yet. The goal is to just write it. I don't want any pressure on how, when, where, what, why I'm publishing it. I don't want to know, I don't want to deal with that just yet, because that is the business side of things, and I know I'm going to have to deal with it. But right now, I just want to have fun writing it, because that's what I did originally, and I want it to feel very remnant, like, of that period of my life, writing that book. So I don't know how I'm publishing this. I don't know if I might go the traditional route. I might try to reach out to some Wattpad book representatives, like Wattpad publishing representatives, to see maybe if they want to like dip their feet in here. I might self-publish it again. I really do not know. I have no idea. But if I do go a traditional publishing route, no matter what, that will be something that's non-negotiable for me. I will not take this fanfiction off of the internet. The original. I might keep it on like a website or something so you guys can go back to it and download it to your Kindles, or I might keep it on Wattpad. I don't know, because the stories will be different stories, so I don't see a reason as to why I can't personally keep one for free online, as well as the actual written version of the book that's completely different than that version. You know what I mean? Hardcover or paperback. The original first publishing, like print, is going to be paperback, but hopefully it'll do well, and maybe I'll do a special edition or something hardback as well, so you guys can have like collector's editions or whatever you guys want. All of that is kind of up to you. It's up in the air. I can really do anything I want. It's my book. So that's the coolest part about it. If you guys want a hardcover and a paperback, we can do that. There will for sure be a paperback. There will for sure be an ebook. Okay, next question that I keep getting asked all the time is the names. What are we doing about names? That's another thing I need your help on. So Cherry is keeping her name. Darlene Summers is Darlene Summers, and that's that. Done. End of story. Her name is so special to her, and it's so her. Darling, Darlene, Cherry, all of it. That's her. There's no changing that. There's no moving it. There's no switching it. I love her name. I love her being who she is, and that's gonna be that. End of story. So her name is the same. His name obviously has to legally change. It cannot be Harry Styles, which I'm sure you guys knew. But the question I keep getting asked is, what are you changing his name to? So I have no hate towards any people that have changed their fanfiction into traditionally published books and kept his name as an H name. Me personally, I don't want to do that. I want to change his name to something that's like rockstar-esque. I don't care what. I don't know what yet. I have some ideas. He's probably still going to be British. Unless you don't think he should be. I think he's going to be though. So, go with that. Fucking late. Zeppelin. Cause I'm a singer. Right, Zeppelin? Zeppelin! The title is the same as her name will not be changed. The story is still Cherry. It's still gonna be Cherry. We're publishing the book Cherry. That's set in stone. Keep it in. I like the name. I like how simple it is. Next question. How much of the story is gonna be changed? Obviously, you know, the main thing will be having the specific lyrics that are in the fanfiction are not gonna be in the book. The lyrics to the new songs that I'm specifically writing for this will be in there. But that's obviously gonna be a big change. Another thing that's changing, and I have gotten some protests about this, but I know my book. I know my book. It's my book. I wrote it. It's not going to be set in LA anymore. it will be set on the East Coast in New York. And I know what you're thinking. Darlene fits so well in LA, like she felt so comfortable there, but the whole premise of the beginning of the entire story was that she wasn't comfortable with her life the way that it was. So her being somewhere that she was really, really comfortable in, I feel like makes sense, but also doesn't, because I loved the original premise of the story where she was in LA, but I feel like it fits her so much better to be in New York at the start of the story. And also logistically, my silly, stupid 20-year-old brain wasn't thinking about geographically how riding a bike works through LA. It doesn't. So that aspect of it, her not driving and her riding her bike, works a lot better in New York City. So that's another reason as to why. The book will take place there. So that is a big change. I think some of the names obviously are changing. Harry's name is changing, Mitch's name is changing, Sarah's name is changing, Jeff's name is changing. I haven't decided on those names either, but those are all changing. Everything else is the same. We've got Bowie, we've got Sandy, Easton, the smoothie shop, riding the bikes, Cherry's past, Dean being involved. There's What's Your Favorite Color Today will still be there. There's a lot of things that are going to stay the same. Do you want to say hi? Me buddy, me buddy. Oh God. What are you doing? Anyways, will there be smut? Yes, but before you say anything, I'm not doing a lot. With the original story, if you don't know, if you've read these two books, there's smut in those. And if you've read any of my other Wattpad stories, there is smut in those as well. But Cherry didn't have smut at all. It had one scene. And at the time, the reason I did that is because I wanted to write a story without it. I didn't think it needed it, and it doesn't. It really doesn't. But logistically, I think also that having sex, and sex is a very important part of a relationship, so I do feel like I should include a little bit more emotional scenes. Are the point of views changing? So at the time, the reason that I wrote certain chapters in his point of view was because I didn't know how to portray certain things and leave hints towards certain things. In my writing, I was still kind of a baby writer in a way. So I will not be including like chapters rewritten in his point of view like I did in the actual fanfiction. So for example, the not truly madly deeply irresistible chapter when, spoiler, they break up, I wrote that in her perspective first, then his, because I didn't really know how to portray certain things. But I won't be doing that in this story. That will not be a way I'm doing it. I don't feel like there's a need to. When can I purchase? I'm so glad for your enthusiasm. I'm so thankful. Though I don't know. That will be something you guys need to follow my Instagram or TikTok for, because the minute that I have a pre-order up, y'all be the first people to know. I'll be like, guys, go buy Cherry. What even did I just say? Is Mitch still gonna be in the book? Yeah. Yeah. This just asked about Cherry the Vault and Cherry New Beginnings, and if those are going to be included in this. Like this project, this timeline. As of right now, we don't know. And by we, I mean me. I don't know why I said we. As of right now, I don't know. I'm not positive. Again, that will all have a lot to do with, I guess, the whole aspect of how it's getting published. So if I do write Cherry and it gets traditionally published, there's a chance that they might, whoever publishes it might want New Beginnings. They might want me to do The Vault. They might want, I don't know. There's a chance for all of that. What is the hardest part of doing a Cherry rewrite? It's going to be going around all of the Harry Styles references, but I can change all of those references into references to the new music that we're writing. So I promise you I've put a lot of time and thought into this, and that is a big thing. So I keep getting a lot of questions about like specific things within the story that were a big deal that kind of relate to Harry Styles but don't. So proof of love will be included, yes. What's your favorite color today? That will be included. That will be included. I can never live my life without it. What's your favorite color today? For sure. The color journal, for sure. Bowie, for sure. Pink and blue, probably. Fine line, aka her tattoo, also probably. Because the premise of why she got that tattoo doesn't necessarily relate to him. The song being written does. Let's see, on the announcement video. This is my Roman Empire. I'm gonna cry, Darlene Summers forever. Absolutely. Shut the freak up. You're joking. I'm unwell. Have I read Cherry? Yes. Will I be rereading it again in anticipation for the published version? Yes, as you should. Cherry changed me. Fanfic got me through the pandemic. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Every single time I read these, I want to cry. The cover. That's a great question. Lane asked if we were going to redesign the cover. Obviously, I can't have Harry Styles on the cover of the fanfiction if it gets traditionally published, so the cover will be different. As for what the cover is going to look like, I'm not positive. Honestly, I have a knack for, I like my cartoon covers, so it'll probably be like a cartoon art drawing cover, but it could be anything. Who knows? Are you joking? I'm not joking. I am actually doing this. The ending. Is the ending going to be the same? I'm not going to spoil anything for the people that don't know what the ending is, but as of right now, yes, the ending is staying the same. I think the ending is exactly what it needed to be, and most of you, as much as it's made you sad, agree with me. So yes, the ending will stay the same. As of right now, I have answered actually every single question you guys have asked so far. A lot of it was the same questions. So, with that being said, I am gonna go ahead and end this video and get to work on my next video, which will be the writing vlog that you guys have been waiting for. Okay, so we're gonna do that next. Not that you guys have actually been waiting for it, but I'm gonna get started on that. I am so eager to get started on this book. I am so eager to include you guys in this process, and I am just really, really, really excited. I've been sitting on this decision for a long time. I have been waiting to announce it until I finished writing my third book because I didn't want to overshadow that. So while you guys wait for me to publish Cherry, you guys should go ahead and pick up copies of the list of things, the pros and cons of us, and eagerly wait for Cherry because it will hopefully be out so soon. I'm really excited. I hope you guys are too. One of the last things, the last takeaway that I will give you before leaving is I know that it's scary that I am changing some stuff. I know that it's gonna be different, but I wrote the original and you guys trusted me to do that. And all I'm asking is for some of that trust again, because this story means the world to me, just like it does to you. I love this book. I would not be where I am without this book. I would not have even published a single thing after without this book. So I wouldn't be the person I am today without Cherry, without Darlene Summers, without the book itself, without What's Your Favorite Color Today. I would not be who I am. So just try your best to trust me, because I wouldn't do this if I wasn't sure that I could. Obviously for a lot of years I didn't want to because I wasn't sure, but I am sure that I've got this, and I'm sure that I'm going to make it just as special as it was on fanfiction form, hopefully in physical book form. Just trust me. That's all I'm asking so much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for even supporting me. Thank you for being here. Thank you for wanting Cherry. Thank you for keeping Darlene Summers' story alive and just making my life and changing it for the better, because you all have. If you're even here watching this, I know you read Cherry, I know you loved it, I know you have been here for a long time, or if you haven't been here for a long time, welcome. But make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will post updates here on TikTok and on Instagram, which my TikTok and Instagram will also be linked down below if you have not followed those. If you want to keep up, be in the know, and or be included in questions and ideas and all those types of posts or live streams, follow me on all those places because they'll be everywhere. So that's really all. So if you guys have any questions, don't forget to comment down below. I will comment back. Love you guys, and I will see you in the next few weeks for a writing vlog.